All right, so let us, on our final topic here, let's talk about Direwolves, who are having a dire season. Sorry.
It's a dire season for the Direwolves.
Couldn't resist.
Like, we don't have many left.
Yes.
It's Nymeria, who we haven't seen since season 1.
MIA. Yeah.
And Ghost, which, like, if Ghost dies, I riot.
Yeah.
All right? Like, Melisandre can bring back Direwolves, right?
Yeah.
That's worth a resurrection.
We would hope, yeah.
We would hope. I am surprised that the Direwolves are just being killed left and right. Like, or early on, the idea seemed to be, obviously the Stark children have this connection to their direwolves, but it seemed to be that, you know, if your direwolf dies, you're in a pretty bad situation. And
Yeah.
Rickon seems to be in a pretty bad situation. No, I've been mispronouncing it. Rickon or something. I don't know.
I'm
Everyone
just going
yelled
with
at
Rickon,
me.
people.
God, whatever.
Rickon. I'm just saying it.
Like,
Bring it.
of all the things. But yeah, like, it makes me really nervous for Bran that Summer is dead.
It is interesting, though, on the show, I will say that the show versus the books has underplayed the importance of the Direwolves.
And the connection that people beyond Bran have.
Right. So they've just kind of been there. And honestly, they sometimes aren't there. I mean, I'm trying to remember, had we seen Summer at all this season until he left to his death?
I think maybe
like
in
one or two shots.
Yeah, like just like lying out to the back.
And again, I know that some of this is just purely a budget consideration. And how much do you want to work with both effects and animals on a show that's already dealing with so much? But it was almost a little awkward to me when Summer left into battle because Summer had not really been established as being there that much, at least. So that was a little strange. And, and given the fact that there was so little time to sort of even deal with Summer's death, it was going to be followed moments later by Hodor's way bigger death. But I do wonder if they will kind of weave back. I mean, even people looking at the pilot, it was a big important moment on the show, them finding the Direwolves. So I do hope it kind of comes back, the importance of them.
I agree, and I think that for all that there are a lot of things to forget in Game of Thrones, I think pretty much everyone remembers that each Stark child had a direwolf. Yeah. Which makes me think, with Shaggy Dog gone, with Summer dead, we only have Ghost and Nymeria left. Yeah. Is it finally time for us to see Nymeria again? Like, is that the silver lining in this?
I think it is. I think, we didn't really talk that much about Arya this week, but overall, my feeling is, we talked a few weeks ago about her and Dany and how they both kind of seemed a bit stagnant in their storylines, and then the week later, everything changed for Dany. Arya, I'm still having that issue with. Like, I'm still like, wow, this feels so separate from everything, and her entire storyline is about getting her more disconnected.
Right.
But if Nymeria comes back, it could be a way to sort of start building back. Like, who knows if Sansa finds Nymeria or something like that.
My favorite thing, and this is a book spoiler, so if you haven't read the books, it's about Nymeria. I don't want to spoil it for you. My favorite thing is that, like, you never really see Nymeria again in the books as they're written so far.
Where we are so far.
Yeah. But you hear whispers of this, like, massive army of wolves just, like, going through the countryside, like, killing people and all this stuff. You hear it from different characters. And also, Arya has these wolf dreams of her leading a pack. So, like, we know that Nymeria is out there just being like a queen direwolf, like destroying things and just being a total badass. And that also brings me joy. And I hope that they do. I hope that Nymeria isn't. I saw a really funny video that was like, this is what Nymeria is up to. And it's like some guy riding a bicycle and someone throwing a wolf or like a dog into the water in the background. Like, it will be so like a side note, which I hope is not the case. It was really funny. I did a bad job of explaining
that. Sounds awful. There's someone throwing a dog in the water.
They're like, this
what
is
kind of sick videos are you watching, Terry?
I know. It was funny. I love dogs. But I do hope that the show does something with her, because we love the direwolves. Please just don't kill them off, because you're spending your budget elsewhere.
Well, right. It was funny because it was the first time even thinking this, but once I said though maybe Sansa will come across her, I actually thought maybe she will.
Or maybe Brienne.
Maybe Brienne too. But it's like Sansa, they're really, she's kind of embracing that she's a Stark and the wolf of it all, like making these new, uniforms and outfits. And, she's also kind of atoning for what she used to be saying to Jon, I used to be a nightmare. So even the fact that Nymeria, the reason she's gone was was the whole thing where they were going to kill her and they killed Lady instead, and how upset Sansa was. So maybe that could sort of be another full circle thing for Sansa.
That would be pretty great. It also makes me think, like, we're getting everything it feels like we want this season on Game of Thrones, so I'm just going to put it out there in the universe. Sansa Arya reunion.
Oh,
like that has to be the biggest. Like Jon and Dany meeting each other and Sansa and Arya seeing each other again have to be like the two biggest things that could happen.
When you think about how emotional it was for us to see Jon and Sansa together when they never spoke on the show, imagine Arya and Sansa, you know, who had actual scenes together, an actual interaction. Yeah, that would be a huge deal. So.
It'll make up for killing Hodor.
Hodor. Okay.
Hodor. Couldn't
have said it better myself.